We're at Media Day. This is Mike Quinlan, and I'm with Kevin Braddock, who is in his eighth year.
Yep.
Eighth year, and Kevin is in charge of the special teams for this year. Kevin, obviously, this is going to be a totally different year without Butch. All of you assistants have gotten more responsibility, most likely more focused. What do you see with your special teams coming along so far in practices?
Yeah, special teams wise, so we've got a lot of numbers this year, which is always a good thing for a small school. Maybe 60, so I'm not sure what our total number is, but that allows us to have those kids that can come in on kickoffs, punt returns, all the special teams, and give those starters that are going both ways most of the time a little bit more rest. So it's a great luxury to have. So.
And from last year, obviously, losing Wyatt Federland, your kicker, losing the Belk brothers, who were your return guys. Who do you see stepping up in those positions?
Yeah, I mean it's still a work in progress. We've got a few candidates that we've done a little bit of kicking this week, but thus far, of course, Swish has been around the program. He's been a kicker for us. He's looked good. We've got Reese Ginrich has come out this year as a sophomore. He's got a very strong leg for a young guy. But other than that, long snappers, we've got 3 guys that can snap the ball. We've always had good long snappers here, which is a luxury. And as far as the return game, man, you can pick about 8 guys probably right now. I have no idea. We probably will not make a decision on who those people will be until, the week of our first game with Williamsburg.
Well, and I think one of the big things that correlates with special teams, you mentioned, is the depth, that you're able to get in fresh guys that have some speed, that can get down the field and make the plays, because speed is everything on special teams.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is. Speed is good, but you also add intelligence. I mean, I look at like Braden Sexton, Farmer, Swish. I don't want to leave anybody out, but they're all smart guys. They understand the game, that football IQ, the things that could go wrong or go bad on a special teams play. You want to be pretty well non-existent. You want people to leave on a Friday night and not really remember a special teams play, in my opinion, unless it's a return for a touchdown. Right. But you just want to get your job done, take care of the ball, no penalties. And take care of the ball. Don't give the ball back to the other team, and do your job. But unbelievable amount of guys with speed, like you said, on this team this year, and smartness.
And the intelligence of football. I mean, obviously, we talked about the Belk brothers were really smart in the way that they played, and Wyatt was really smart in the way that they play. And that's something that, as a coach, you have control of. That you can teach your kids, hey, this is how we play smart football. This is how we don't get penalties on special teams. This is how we get positive yards. Are they grasping that?
Yeah. I mean, even this morning, first day of contact, we did a kick return drill. Just teaching guys angles, how to make sure we're not blocking somebody in the back. We get a nice big return. There's nothing worse than the laundry on the field, and there it all comes back for nothing. So, just a lot of drill work. But you don't, with this bunch, it seems like you can tell them something, and then the next rep, it gets done. They learn from their mistake, or they want to get better. These guys this is a nice bunch of kids.
Well, and special teams really does play a big part in any game, and last year you had guys stand out with blocking punts, which can really turn the game around, returning, picking up fumbles. I mean, I think we scored on fumble returns like the first 4 games last year, and that's just smart football.
Yeah, and that's fun. That's what I've tried to bring is like energy to the special teams. That's one thing Butch, was hoping I could do. Try to emphasize that, hey, just because you may not be playing every down offense, defense, or whatever, when you get the opportunity to get on the field, make something happen, do your job, because it's so rewarding when we go through film, and we see that because the average fan's not going to see those little things that we try to get done in our return game or our coverage team. We rep the heck out of our coverage team. You know, it's not just you, one guy, just going down to try to make a tackle. It's you and your buddy trying to vice a football and working together.
And then watching a lot of film of the other team, what they do, what they want to do, how you have to be prepared from an onside to a fake punt, you know, to a block coming at you.
Sure. Yeah, week one's always tough because you don't have, you know, every team's changed. So once you get into week 3, 4, 5, and later in the season, you know, there's a lot of film to start looking at. Maybe look at some tendencies or some tomfoolery trick plays that a team, you know, you see them line up this way or you see a number over here. But and we try to prepare the kids the best we can as coaches. I spend a lot of time watching film. Tyler, John puts notes in. Tyler's constantly. So special teams, you'd think, wow, you're wasting, but you know, you can learn a lot on film.
And no better example than 10 miles to our west and what LeVar Woods has done with the Iowa special teams. You can definitely see that special teams can impact a game.
Oh, definitely. And that's interesting you say that because I've been to a few clinics, and I mean, if I see LeVar Woods on the right, you got to go watch him.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the drills we did, he's shared some stuff with me a couple years back, some drill work that they do. And obviously, as good as they are, if it works for them, we can do it here at this level. It's going to help our team too.
Okay. So thanks to Kevin Braddock, 1992 graduate of the Bears, now an assistant coaching the special teams for the Bearcast. This is Mike Quinlan. Go Bears.